Some people said that I like to quit my job. I want to move to the land. I want to live in the self-reliant way. I want to be independent. I want to live in the way that I feel free. I be myself. But I have no land. I have no land. So the word I have no land is a big problem in the society, because rich people always buy a lot of land, so make poor people have less land, cannot access to land. But no land is not a problem for people who want to live in the independent way, who want to live in the self-reliant style. You don't need to have your own land. What you need is the clear understanding, the clear intention that I really want to live like this. This is the first thing that we need to have. We need to think very clear, investigate inside us very clear that, do I really like to live like this? If we know that we really love to live like this. The second thing is we need to have knowledge, have wisdom, how to live like this. We need to understand clearly how we can live like this in the right way. It doesn't mean that we want to live in the farm, but want to drink the very expensive wine every day, want a nice fancy car. That cannot go together. So if we have the right thinking, right understanding about living in the sustainable way, we know what to do. We know how to be self-reliant. Self-reliant is the main thing. If we understand self-reliant good enough, the third thing that we need to practice, we need a lot, is skill. How to develop our skill to be able to use tools in our life. We need to have ability to use machetes, use axe, use saw, use hoe, use rake, use everything that we will use in our farm. And then learn how to use our body to be able to move in different directions. This is the three important things we need to know. So to have land is the last thing to think about it. If we want to live like this, we need to have these three things. The first thing, clear understanding, clear intention that we really love to live like this. The second thing is have the right understanding about self-reliance. And the third thing, have skill. Have enough skill, develop our skill to be able to use tools. And then we can think about land. We don't need to buy land at the beginning, because to buy a piece of land is so expensive. If we think, I will work for a while to save some money, I can buy land, and when I got land, I will move to the land. If we think like this, not many people can do that, because to be able to save money to buy a piece of land, we may be too old that day, or sometimes we never have enough money because we cannot catch up with the inflation. So if we think about to have a piece of land first before we start it, we have less chance to be able to do it. Because some people maybe take 30 years. 30 years work to have enough money to buy a piece of land. At that day, we may be 60, 70 already. We have no energy to work anymore. We cannot enjoy our life anymore because we are too old after that. So there's no reason to own the land, because we just want to use land. Now there are so many people who have land, but they cannot work on their land. because they're rich, they have a lot of land. So these people, they need to pay a lot of tax. They want somebody to use their land, so they will pay less tax. So especially in Thailand now, there are so many people want someone to use their land. So we can get land for free to use easily. But if we really want to rent, we can rent land too. Renting the land in Thailand is very cheap. It can be $60, $70 per year per acres or something like that. So it's a lot cheaper than buy land if we rent it. So cheap, maybe $60 per year per 1 acre. If we rent 5 acres, it's more than we need. We don't need a lot of land. So if we rent it, it will be easy. We can rent for long term, like 20 years, 30 years, it's up to what we want to do. So when we rent the land, we can decide how to grow our own food and think about what we want to eat, and we grow what we want to eat, and then leftover we can sell, and then we can build our own house easily, like an earthen house like this one. This one is quite easy to build. It costs only $3,000 for the material cost. And if we do it ourselves, even take 2 people work together, it maybe take only 2 months. We can have a comfortable house like this easily. So we don't need to work a lot. They don't need to make a lot of money. We can make a simple house to live happily, not very expensive. And then we can grow fruit trees. We can grow forest. So we grow everything we need. So if we live like this, only 3 months we can start to have income. After we do the garden, we design the garden well. After 3 months, we will start to have income. The most important thing is don't do farming like other people. Other people, they will grow durian, they will grow rubber, they will grow sugar cane or palm oil. If we do that, we will be like them. We will be in debt like them. So we have to do different from them. We will grow garden less than half an acre. Our garden have to less than half an acre. And then we need to have fruit trees, at least more than 20 varieties of fruit trees. And each variety not more than 5. Think about how much can we take care of them good enough. Don't grow too much more than our ability to take care of them. And the rest of the land we can grow forest. To have forest is important because forest help give us a lot of benefit. Many people think if you grow forest, what you're going to eat? You cannot eat trees. But forests give us oxygen. Forests give us shade, cool air. Forests give us firewood or energy that we use in our life. Forests give us a lot of mushroom, a lot of wild vegetable. Forests give us tools or wood or anything that we will use in our land. So if we grow something like this, it doesn't take long time. We can start it immediately, even it's rented land. If we live for 10 years, 20 years, and then the renter don't want to continue the contract, they don't want us to rent the land anymore, we can give them the forest, give them the house, and we looking for another piece of land to rent, because it's so easy to build a new house. it doesn't cost a lot of money, and then the trees we grow is always good for everybody. So it will be good for everybody. We can have good air, we can have cool climate now because of other people take care of the forest for us. So now it's okay to grow forest and leave it for next generation. We don't need to own it. We just use it. We are on this earth to use what we have now. We cannot take anything with us. So just build it, use it, and leave it for the next generation. So if we think like this, we don't need to own land, because owning land is a big burden, especially making money to buy land. It consumes a lot of our lifetimes. Some people more than 30 years to have enough money to buy a small piece of land. So that's 30 years they lost their life in working. They did not spend their life. They just work. So if we understand this idea, we can start it now when we are young. Start it now. Start to grow, start to rent the land, to grow things, build, and live our life now. That's easy way, because soon we will die. When we die, we cannot take anything with us. So we have to leave it for next generation. Because other people who die before us, they left so many things for us too. Why don't we want to leave some for next generation? So rent the land is the way we can be independent faster. Don't wait until we have enough money to buy land. That's too long, or maybe we'll die before that.